About a year ago, my eyes were opened to a profound realization. Each and every one of us is made in God's image. And of course, I've heard this before. I've been taught about it growing up, and I'd read about it in Genesis, but on this particular day, it was different. I mean, just think about it for a second. Right now, there are approximately 7.6 billion people in the world, and it's estimated that about 107 billion people have already existed so far. Despite this, no two people have ever been exactly alike. Each person is so unique that we differ amongst ourselves all the way down to our invisible fingerprints. So what exactly does it mean to be made in the image and likeness of God? And how can we all share in this image if we are all so distinctly unique? Well, the exact meaning isn't explicitly stated, but a general consensus says that we are made in His image because we can love, we can reason, and by our free will, we can choose good. And not only can we love, but we all want to be loved. Before last year, when I walked outside and took a look around the street, all I saw were strangers. Just random individuals who I'd never get the chance to meet, let alone ever likely see again. They just passed through my consciousness for a brief moment, walked out of the frame, and went on with their lives without ever taking a second thought to see that I too am a person, not just a simple stranger. So I get in my car and I drive past hundreds, if not thousands of people that surround me on the road, and I never thought twice about where they were coming from, where they were going, or even if they ever made it to their destination, until I did. And only then did it strike me that if I never drive alongside this car again, I will never see another person in the window that is exactly like them. Their mere existence will be completely absent from my world, and yet completely present and impactful to the world. But I'd never know how. That person I walked past in the grocery store, to me she was just another body that so happened to make eye contact with me. But to her, she's a mother, a daughter, a sister, a friend. She has her own goals, her own past, her own future, and most importantly, her own unique life that God intentionally willed into existence, so that He could pour out His graces onto her and invite her into an eternal relationship with Him. So now I start looking around and I realize that this is the case for every single 107 billion persons that have existed, and every single person that ever will exist. To call someone a stranger? Absolutely absurd. Not a single person has ever been a stranger to God. They may not know Him, but He knows every single crack and crease in their lives, every single success and broken moment every person has ever experienced. And His infinite love has never forgotten about a single soul. Being made in His image and likeness isn't just a phrase now, it's a call. It's an invitation to open our eyes and see that every single so-called stranger that we pass is part of the greater human family that is all created for union with the one who created us in the first place. It's a reminder that every single individual deserves respect because God loved them into existence, and therefore they hold inherent and unbreakable value. It's an awakening to the fact that our size, our age, our abilities, or lack thereof do not disqualify us from the human family that was so intentionally created. And therefore each person, no matter where they are or where they could end up, should be treated as such. Contrary to what the world wants to convince you, you are not a cosmic accident. You are not an animal that only has the right to exist merely because society currently gives you the permission to do so. You are a unique and unrepeatable human being with a love to offer like no one else does. A soul that is made for communion and with a path that is meant to lead to God. How can you just be a number on a census count when God knows the number of every single hair on your head and every single cell of your body? Of course He knows how many times your heart will beat because He is the drummer. You are not a stranger. You are a human person made in His image.